Hi there, I'm McDermott. Now, I'm not a fan of constant objective markers, always shouting, go over here, whenever I can I turn them off. Some games are designed to facilitate this playstyle and others certainly are not. The whole idea for this video came to me while recently replaying Bioshock because Bioshock is class. Anyway, that arrow at the top of the screen kept telling me where to go. Instead of enjoying the environment, I found myself just blindly following it. Luckily, in the options, you can turn it off. I highly recommend this. Navigating the wonderful world of Rapture is far more immersive when a silly arrow isn't telling you where to go. I ended up doing a lot more exploring, never worrying about whether or not I'm following the critical path. I know what you were saying, that's all fine and dandy for looking around, but what about when you're given a quest? How do you figure out where to go? Well, with the help of audio, visual and written cues. I'll give you an example. At a certain point in the game you meet a man named Sander Cohen who wants you to kill some men for him who are located at certain points in the level. As you can see at the top of the screen, your new goal is to kill Martin Finnegan. So the question is, where do I find him? At that moment, Sander Cohen comes on the radio to tell you that the door to Poseidon Plaza is now open. That's a strong indication that I must go there to find Martin Finnegan. Now, how to locate Poseidon Plaza? Well, standing and looking around at the many bright lights shows some points of interest. So by going up the stairs to investigate, I see an arch with Poseidon Plaza written over it. Stepping through and looking around shows a sign, and there it is. A big door with Poseidon Plaza written over it in keeping with the game's art style. So first there was the text at the top of the screen, then there was the audio cue by Sander Cohen, and finally visual cues scattered throughout the level. Finding Poseidon Plaza gave me that aha moment, and it all felt so organic. Bioshock also gives you a map, goal info and a goal hint, in case you forget what you were told or just need a pointer in the right direction. Like to find Silas Cobb, I must go to Rapture Records in Poseidon Plaza. Well, I already know where Poseidon Plaza is because I just found it. Now time to find Rapture Records. I came into the plaza and looked around for the store. It's not downstairs, better try up a floor. Could it be down here? Nope, that is Eve's garden. After continuing to circle around the top floor, I found it easily. Again, this felt really organic. What I enjoy most about finding my destination without an objective marker is that it feels like I am inhabiting the world instead of being dragged through it. Finding Poseidon Plaza and Rapture Records had me walking a bit slower as I tried to take in the visual cues that would point but never push me in the right direction. It does help that the world of Rapture is beautiful, so moving at a slightly slower pace to take in the many sights and sounds is more than worthwhile. Just constantly following an objective marker would detract from that. This got me thinking about how other games try to guide you through their world. Dead Space has an interesting way of doing this with the use of a fading objective marker. At any point, just press the right stick and a line will be drawn on the ground for you to follow. Although in the first game there are also signs on top of doors to help. When Hammond told me this,
"We've entered the debris field. Get to the captain's nest. I'll explain everything later. Hammond out."
I went down the only hallway leading into the main atrium. From here I was guided to the crow's nest by basically locking off every other door until there was only one way to go. Not quite as organic as Bioshock. There also isn't any indication that the crow's nest is down here. It is just the only place left to explore. Dead Space is designed with the player using the fading objective in mind, so they aren't properly guided through visual cues. Bioshock Infinite also has a fading objective marker. Going through that game is sort of halfway between the first Bioshock and Dead Space. There are some environmental cues, but it is far more linear than its predecessor, and Elizabeth will annoyingly point places out or run in front of you. This always bothered me. It felt like she is dragging me instead of letting me figure it out for myself. Considering Infinite is way more linear than the first game, finding where I am meant to go is not too difficult. I don't need an NPC holding my hand. Dishonored allowed the player to turn off all objective markers, but I wouldn't advise it. At least not for your first playthrough. You are vaguely told where to go in your quest log, but getting there is a whole other story. Don't expect any help from the environment. Add on the fact that when you arrive in a new area, there are guards and watchdogs that you are meant to avoid. It is very easy to get turned around and feel like you don't know where you are going. Here's something that you may not know. You can turn off the objective marker, in fact the entire HUD in Skyrim. Doing so is terrifying. Vast emptiness and not a single visual cue offering guidance. You can check the map to know what general direction to go, but finding the exact point is almost impossible. Not nearly enough information is given in the quest log in the form of directions. It is a massive game, so designing every location to offer visual cues while also having suitable directions would add a tremendous amount of work onto an already huge game. Although, leave it to the hardworking modders to take on the challenge. Even Better Quest Objective is a mod that adds a lot more information regarding locations for quests, so players can actually play without an objective marker. So here is something fun to do. Next time you are playing a game, take note of how it is trying to guide you through it. Does it rely on a constant objective marker on the screen like Call of Duty? Has it got a fading objective marker that can be checked at any time like Dead Space and Bioshock Infinite? Does it allow you to turn it off but you really shouldn't like Dishonored and Skyrim? Or through the use of text, audio and visual cues, can you play the entire game without ever needing an objective marker?